By the end of this video, we'll get to realize why it is important to forgive. We'll also get to see what forgiveness is and what forgiveness is not. Let's get to it. Hey, welcome back. I'm glad you've clicked in. If you've not subscribed, now is the time to do so. Like, comment, share, and click that notification bell on so you won't miss a single video each time that I upload. Let's get into the story. Before anything else, I want to take this opportunity and thank you for your continued support. There is no Kennlitoe Wanjiru YouTube channel without you. Thank you very much. Let's keep on spreading the word. I cannot do this alone. I am because we are. Thank you. A story is told of a college professor, and on this day, the professor walks into the lecture hall holding a 330 ml water bottle. Yes, it is not unusual for somebody to walk in a lecture hall with a water bottle, but on this day, that water bottle was supposed to teach that class an important lesson on forgiveness. So, the professor, after the usual greetings, takes the 330 water bottle and holds it high. He then goes ahead and asks the class, how much does this 330 ml water bottle weigh? Some students shoot up responses, but one student got it right. It weighs 330 grams. Yes, 1 ml is equals to 1 gram. And the professor went ahead and held this water bottle for 5 minutes and then asked the class, how much does it weigh? They all said 330 grams. He went ahead and held the bottle for 10 minutes. For 15 minutes, asking the same question. By the time he was reaching his 15th minute, his arm had started to hurt. He had started feeling pain in his arm. He asked the students, how much does this water bottle weigh? And they said 330 grams. The professor went ahead and put the water bottle on the table. He told them, at first, when I held that water bottle, I didn't feel any pain. My arm didn't hurt, but as I continued holding this water bottle, my arm started to pain. And if I hadn't put it down, I would feel so much pain for only 330 grams. That's what we do to ourselves when we don't forgive ourselves or forgive the ones who have wronged us. So, what is forgiveness? According to me, I think forgiveness is a conscious, deliberate decision in relieving the feeling of resentment towards someone, a group of people, or towards yourself when you feel hurt. And it is inevitable. As long as you're in this world, you will either hurt someone or you will get hurt. So, getting hurt and hurting people is inevitable. But what do we do when we get offended, when we feel hurt? You see, holding on to anger and holding on to resentment is like holding on to this 330 ml water bottle. The more you hold it, the more you start to pain. And the longer time you stay holding this, you may end up even in a hospital. Yes. And forgiving does not mean that you condone the behavior. It does not mean also that you forget. Forgiving is one thing and forgetting is another thing. You start with forgiving, then you go to forgetting. And people sometimes ask, why is it important that we forgive? Why is it important that we forgive ourselves or we forgive others? Paul Bose once said, forgiveness does not change the past, but it enlarges the future. When you choose to forgive, you do not change what happened, but you put yourself in a position to see and live the future in a better way. One of the reasons why I think it is really important to forgive, because when you forgive, you eliminate toxic anger. Stay with me. Anger is not toxic, But when you hold on to anger for a long period of time, it becomes toxic. And have you ever been in a situation where somebody has wronged you and you go to your place of work, or you're with your kids or with your friends, and you find yourself letting it on them? They had nothing to do with it. You find yourself in a hotel and you are yelling at the waiter. He or she had nothing to do with it. So if you continue holding on your anger, it becomes toxic. And when you forgive, you release that toxic anger. I think the other reason why it is important to forgive, forgiveness provides perspective. One wise woman once said that we don't see things as they are, we see things as we are. The way we view things and we interpret things is a reflection of our perspective. And when you hold on to anger for a long time, everything that will be done by that person, you will interpret it as something that is hurting you. You will interpret it like it was meant for you. But when you choose to release, remember, forgiveness is a conscious, deliberate decision. You do it consciously and you decide deliberately, intentionally. So when you forgive, it provides perspective. You are able to see things as they are, not as you are. You are able to view things from a happy place, from a peaceful place. And I think, last but not least, when you forgive, it makes you compassionate. You are able to see why and to see what led to that person to do that, what led yourself into hurting them. Remember, being compassionate does not mean you condone what they did. It does not justify the action, but it helps you to see why they did it, to see what pushed them to do it. If somebody is hurt, chances and the probability of them hurting another person are high. So, according to me, hurting people hurt people. And when you choose to forgive, you become compassionate. And maybe you'll see, maybe these people are hurting, or maybe I am hurting. That's why I keep on hurting people. Assess the situation. Look at what drove them to do that and take your power back. As long as you're holding on to anger, you'll keep on hurting. But when you choose to let it go, you take your power back. You become more healthier, you become more happier. Forgiveness does not mean you condone what they did, but it means you're taking your power back and you want to live a better life, a happier life. You have a choice today. Whatever happened to you and whatever you did to others, they didn't deserve it. So did you. You didn't deserve to get hurt. You didn't deserve all those mean words. You didn't deserve to do unto others what you did. They didn't deserve that. But it's done. The only thing that you can do is find it in your heart to forgive yourself, to forgive others, and take your power back. You have an opportunity to either live a better life or live a bitter life. The choice is yours. On that note, I'm deeply sorry for everybody who hurt you and has never sought an apology. Sometimes you'll have to forgive them even when they don't ask for it, because it has everything to do with you than it has to do with them. Go out there, forgive people, and also forgive yourself. Remember, forgiveness does not mean that things go back to where they were. It only means you have an opportunity to start where you are. Forgive yourself, forgive others. Until next time, stay safe and stay blessed. Don't forget,